Hey, just had some cereal. Let's get to it. So this is more of an advanced video tutorial? I don't know. Guide. Yeah, guide, sure. Specializing. So specializing is something you want to do with the main skill you want to make money with. And it's like an advanced, you're like you're like level 30 or something, and you just want to get that special skill basically in an RPG, and that's basically specialization at that point. So it builds on skill foundation, specialize for the increase in your own value, but also being a master can be socially and spiritually rewarding. You really do develop a sort of confidence and a meaningful life if you specialize and become even more of a master because you're delving into a niche, small, very rarely explored niche of people. You're creating more individuality, individualizing yourself even. Individuation, individuating. I don't know the right word for this, but you're splitting hairs to the point where you're probably the most unique based on the circumstances. Say you're a really good heart surgeon, right? And then you can specialize even more. You're really good at figuring out birth defects, specialize even more. You're really, really good at a specific type of birth defect. It's like a hole in your heart. I don't know the scientific term. There's probably more than just one, but that's a thing. But you get what I mean. People are just going to value you more. You're going to be the face, the savior. You're going to be distinguished in that sort of way. Being the best will be easier if you have to compete with less as well. So you're just kind of making it easier for yourself and you're getting more value at the same time. That's the crazy part. A win-win-win. Increasing your own value. Your own value, and I mean that in ego of the self, like that is a very necessary thing to do. You're saying to the world, hey, this is me. This is what I do. I'm the best at this one thing. Can't take this away from me. I know how to do this. Because of this skill, I can fund whatever. I can live however I want. Well, within reason, I mean. If you're like a surgeon or something of like what I described earlier, specifically birth defects where there's a hole involved or something like that. And you could even specialize even further down. You could be like a specific, I don't know any other names for that, but you get what I mean. Pride in itself is not a bad thing because you're going to be more true to yourself. You're going to show more of your true self to other people. You're going to be genuine, authentic person, and that's a thing that society should value more, I feel. It's kind of like self-actualization in a way as well, like kind of an end goal, like being level 100 on a certain attribute in video game, yeah. So it's kind of an end goal in terms of skill development, I guess, unless if you're like have all the money and stuff you need forever, you can kind of stop doing whatever you're doing now and just, do whatever you want. Like you could start, say if you were that heart surgeon I was on about, start doing, I don't know, make a fashion line or create manga. Who the fuck knows? You can do whatever at that point so that you're not bored or anything, but there's probably always ways to improve. You can be a specialist of more than just one thing. There you go, that's another way to improve. It's an end goal, but it's also an endless goal. Right, your skill's not degrading. Like, where's the rest of that time gonna go? Is that time gonna go in enjoyment? Is that time gonna go in acquiring even more skills? Is that time gonna go family, friends, stuff like that? Is this time gonna go on thrill seeking stuff, travel, making a legacy? Who knows? But it's not, it might be an end goal of skill development, but it's not an end goal of life. And I think anyone can really achieve that. I mean, could probably become super specialized master of one specific niche. Either way, like 10,000 hours are required. I doubt you need another 10,000 to become specialized in a niche in that skill. I think it takes a lot less because you've got the foundation now, so you can like branch it, and you probably won't need as much time. I had to guess. Either way, 10,000 hours, that's 8 hours every day, 3 years straight, right? And say specialization takes 5,000, which I think it would take less. The specialization takes 5,000. That's only 1.5 years, 8 hours straight, once again, which means you still have a lot of life left. You still have a lot of life ahead of you where you can try and develop other things besides. I can't really speak on it since I'm not a retired man or anywhere near that point. But from what I've seen around YouTube is people tend to just, either migrate to something else, enjoy like a really long holiday post retirement, and then just come back and realize that work is something that you kind of need as a human being. You have this work ethic you've now developed, and you just want to keep going. Or you just, and this is, I think, might be a rarity, you just stagnate, you become lazy, you die in a way. That's like something more like, well, not borderline, completely unhealthy to do, completely unhealthy behavior that happens. It's a shame it does, but it happens to people who have not figured out the simple truth of stagnation is death. I'm not going to go too much into detail on this video about what I mean by that, but if you're not trying to push something forward or not improving in a certain area, you're stagnating, you're dying. Kind of like progression in life is living. I don't know. I have no mental acuity right now to explain what I mean by that. So I'll just leave it off on that thought. But also get that, try and minimize all of the unnecessary stuff, tasks, slash things that are not worth the time slash money for you to do. So yes, if you're trying to specialize, trying to get to master, be a master skillsman, master tradesman, you're gonna need to save time. Your time's probably worth a lot anyway. You're gonna need to save time. You're gonna wanna live a nice, comfy life. Well, not. I mean, you're gonna need to live a nice, as stress-free life as possible, and if you're trying to do that, you cannot spend your time, I don't know, buying groceries for one, or doing your own laundry, or like trying to sell a car for a month. And time value of money. You probably, if you are in a decent position and you know your own value of time versus time value of money, you know that the value of your hour is actually double, maybe even triple what it is right now in the future, at least. At least double or triple, unless you decide to quit for some reason suddenly. But rule of thumb, double or triple. And that is could be a multiple of 10 if you're a young person. Even more than that, even. 20 times, 30 times, who knows? Point is, prioritize specialization and skill acquiring over all those other things because you can always do those things anyway later. But even so, like if you can progress the skill faster in any way, shape, or form, sacrifice everything around you, you will get there faster and you will enjoy the fruits of your labor faster. You're gonna basically have what you wanted. I'll give you an example. In future, I would like to minimize my involvement in the editing and thumbnails creation of the videos as I don't enjoy them and they are more fluff as the one thing I can't replace is my persona. Filming of myself also, yes, so in the future, it might be distant right now, but I don't know how long it will take. I will try to commission thumbnails and have a actual editor that will do daily edits for me so I minimize like half the workload, maybe even more than half. It's probably more than half the workload. And just, that way I have less work on my plate. That way I can actually put out more content, and that way I'll be more free to do other things to pursue, like read all the books I have. I have like 50 books I have not read, and I've bought them all. So, you know, that's something incredibly important. Oh shit. My laptop's running low. Give me a sec. Sorry for the change in lighting. I'll take this off. You still can't see me quite well. I'm just I need to charge up my laptop now because it's too low, and I didn't realize I plugged it off to put up the lamp on. Yeah. Also try to avoid time waste. Something I've derived from Hamza and others. Gives immunity somewhat to people screwing you over and well-roundedness a bit of a curse. So yeah, the time wastes is just like general weird complexes you can find yourself in, like trying to figure out what uh what background do you want for your phone or something like that. It's like that's a kind of type of shit. It's just a waste of time, to be honest. That might inconvenience you slightly if you let it. That's the keyword, if you let it, or trying to repaint a wall to suit your tastes, which my dad really promotes, but you need to question some of the things your dad asks of you. I mean, that's a working class guy. He's old school type of fella, so probably has some reasons for it to just be a manly thing, but that's not the way of making more money. The way of making more money is to try to minimize anything like that. Um, Focus less on your hobbies, focus more on that aspect of building the money up, building that skill. You'll get much further in. Um, Life requires sacrifices. You can't do everything at once. You can do more of the social life when you have the time. But I would urge you, if you're young like me, to just really find what you'd like to do and figure it out and just go ahead and do it. Yeah, so being screwed over, if you're a skilled, specialized person, you have inherent value in you. Your companies and stuff will treat you better, other people treat you better, like because of the value you possess inherently through being this kind of person, people's perception of you will just be nicer without you even really trying to work on that specifically. So it's like a social bonus. Uh, Need to finish this off because I'm running out of time. So yeah, well-roundedness is a bit of a curse, and that's because Jack of trades, master of none, from what I've learned, not the best way to conduct yourself. I mean, that's why I've kind of minimized my variety of content on this channel. It's more of a vloggy, like informational video type thing, life advice. I don't treat myself like a guru. I just say what I want to say. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna say see you because I have 10 minutes before I have to be outside. So goodbye.